stay in your house.
Well, yeah, but there's no room for you otherwise because we are a par with. The man them we are par with say we have beat police, you know, and we serious. Now any boy test, you understand?
Yeah.
So the rebellious factor was always a part of the criteria.
Yeah.
That's why we see now the youth them today, but more time it's like a cry.
Yeah.
Because it's a negative waste.
Yeah. Alright, let me interject on that.
Mm.
So, Brixton riots, when you, in your days, yeah? Had a motive.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
People was fighting oppression, fighting
Suppression.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It made it easier to fight.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not fighting for trainers and look at things. Like you're fighting for your identification as an individual. For those that you know your word of being a human, right? Just like anybody else.
True. Alright, so, and now, like you said, people are fighting for trainers, people are fighting for jewelry, people are blocking a phone shop, a T-phone, yeah? So, the in actual reason why people went to riot has changed into something different.
Yeah,
now.
transition.
People
Yeah,
are rioting
aspiration level different. Aspiration level different because it's all about the integral value, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes people see it as an outward value, but it's not really the outward value. It comes from the in concept now that really motivates a man.
Yeah. So, like we said, it's changed from back in the days to now.
Yeah.
Now it's more man's licking that because they want to get this. And
Well, the material value, because in our days you had to touch the road to say, well, like, you want to make a penny, touch the road.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You do your thing, you touch the road.
Yeah.
But at the same time, again, we didn't have the morality, the whole of we didn't have the same boat, so there's not no room for you to kill off one another.
Truly.
Because the motive is that the whole of us in the same boat. It's not me rising against you, it's about we rising against them.
Truly.
You understand? So the room for the negative waste of energy, it wasn't really disposed that way.
Yeah.
It was always disposed towards the system.
Yeah. Come on and fight against
That's why the man then come out with such venom with Mark Duggan now, because true it's a unified thing. Let's go this way. You find it worked because you doing them because basically it's that riot. It highlight fact because when the man then put them energy together, they can conquer. But if it's negative energy and positive energy, you have to define that.
Yeah.
But it still proves that we can go this way.
Yeah.
As a unified body.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Them start off with negative and positive within them own rights. Because if you have to go and do a sentence, well, you know if it was beneficial to you.
True.
It might clean you up, it might make you go worse. I don't know.
True.
But at the same time, it just shows you when the man really put them heart and mind to thing, something can come out of it. But I'm not here to judge to say, well, right or wrong. I'm just talking about the sense of how you project together as a unification to go forward.
Alright, Gappy. So, in your life, what point in your life did you start, because you know, like every human being changes after a while with age and experience and time. What part did you change in your life and say, boy, and start to reevaluate your life and start to rearrange it and come different?
Good question. You know why I say it's a good question?
Right.
Because I remember when I went to jail, when I came from jail, my Rastaman friend said to me, Gappy, do you read? And he's like, yeah, I read. But none of that. The point the man was making to me is like, if you don't read, you're not going to know. And if you don't know, it's like you're a walking dead.
Trust.
So, from 1990, when I came out of jail in 1990, because I start my locks from my head, when 1993 come, I cut off my locks. It's like, the way I started to read is the reading now, in the sense of concept of reading, what reading does and what knowledge does.
Yeah.
This is where it becomes significant, because now, with the reading now, I'm able to stop and check myself as an individual and also, well, alright, then you know this rebellious thing and this war thing and this bad thing and this cultural thing and this black thing and everything where you want to think about, it needs to be double checked, reevaluated, regulated, and go over it again. And when you go over it now, because you're grown up now,
you have to start picking out.
Yeah, because you've done from 1980 to 1993, you've done 13 years what I run up and down, say you fight Babylon, you do all the bad way you say you can do. and you still have to be at square one. You need to reevaluate. As an individual with responsibility, you understand? You have responsibility of yourself. You're going to produce, and you have people that produce through your mother and father, your family. So you have responsibility in all aspects, but how you take on the word responsibility as an individual. So without the reading and the knowledge, you know, it's like a man I go really technically lose because it's like he's out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
So it's when I started to read now and gain knowledge and go outside of the box, as they call it.
Yeah.
Come out of the culture.
Yeah.
And just go for truth now.
Yeah.
So basically I'm looking for a formula, and that formula was truth. So it's the truth now. I'm going to use it as my guideline, like a compass. In every aspect of my life now, I use truth as my guideline.
Very good. That's very good, Gappy. So would you say that, you know, like what we've learned off of our parents and generations from past, would you say that was more like a culture thing?
No, again, this is it, because it's like you have to analyze a situation, yeah? Alright, as I say, the whole human race is bound by one common denominator, the 4 elements of life. After that, you have geography, geographical location, you have language,
yes,
and you have your culture.
Yeah.
Right? We come from a culture where we know so well, we eat off of the land, we praise the Father, or we praise some form of worship.
Yeah.
And we play music loud.
That's right.
And we sun hot.
That's right.
So the culture I'm inherited now is like XYZ, XYZ. That's how it goes. But the duration of time is going to come upon us. Yeah, my mom's 91 now. I'm 53 and my son name is the youngest. I'm 14 and the biggest 35. Yeah? So it's like when you learn from your mother and father, it's like a baton going around the track.
Yeah.
Right? So you take the baton now, but you have to go pass it on. But the thing is, don't drop the baton.
True.
You understand?
True.
Because if it's good legacy, good teaching, it keeps on. That's what they call resurrection, reincarnation, regeneration. It keeps going. True. Because the formula set according to the times that we live in.
Yeah.
Because remember, the things that you could do in the 1980s, you can't do them today.
True.
You cannot.
True.
Well, you can, but there's a consequence for it.
Yeah. Is it so? You see, like when you said things you do then back in the days, you can't do them now. Is that like a man who reads the Bible and feel like he can live his life exactly according to how they lived it then? It can't really be done in that way unless you adjust it.
Well, yeah, practicality.
Yeah.
So if it's a thing that they want to sacrifice a goat, go to the shop, you can buy a goat and cut it.
Yeah.
Right? So if you start about the practical ritual, is one thing, because you can't deny a man in ritual.
True.
But sometimes you might not be able to get the chance to go pray 5 times a day, because the man not give the time of work to go and do it.
Yeah.
So it's within the sense of the availability according to logics, because again the time we're living at doesn't kind of give the room to kind of go back. But again, the technicality still remains the same, because worship has to go on no matter what.
True.
Because you can't take away the worship. You might can't take away the ritual, but the inner concept where a man have in him heart, you can't take away that.
True. Alright, Gappy. As the individual you are, did you grow up with a worship or religion? Was you working with any, or was you out?
Well, but this is it. It's because within the culture now. Within culture, if you're talking about the words for what they actually mean, me, the way I see culture, I see culture as a plural to cult.
Cults, yeah.
Yeah. Segregation, as I said to you before, all of us are bound by one common denominator, the 4 elements of life. You have geographical location, you have language, you have culture.
Yeah.
So to me, the culture is how you're going to deal with what everybody else is dealing with on earth.
Yeah.
Which is life. Yeah. But you just deal with it this way. So in other words, them man eat ackee and salvage and dumpling. Them man eat fish and chips.
Yeah.
Them man eat spaghetti.
Yeah.
Because it's they're traditional from their culture.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. They might speak that language, me and they speak that language, you understand?
Yeah.
And you have your worship.
Yeah.
Right? So if you call him Allah Christ, Selassie, Jehovah, Buddha. It's worship.
Yeah.
But as I say, I don't come to put anybody in a specific bracket to say, well, you must worship or you have to worship. But I and I, as in sense of Caribbean, Jamaican, we go from a culture, a tradition, you know, say, well, Sunday morning, you go to church.
Truly.
You could have deal with more done business, you go in church.
True.
Right? In this matter what color the man is, you go in church.
Yeah. That's right.
You understand?
That's right. Alright. Yeah. So the youths now, the young boys, the young girls, do you think, as an elder, do you think that they require to have culture? Because what I see is that they let go of that, or they're not interested in that.
No, well, it's how we attend to culture first.
Yeah.
Because you have acceptable culture and you have culture that is non-acceptable, within the sense of either the governing body of the country that you're in,
yes,
or which probably geographically upon the earth.
Yeah.
You can go to Holland, you can bunny weed, you can't bunny weed in England.
No.
That's a cultural behavior, but due to the laws of each restricted area, it differs.
Yeah.
Alright. Culture now, if you're going to embrace culture and say, well, this is it, you still have to be realistic within the sense. Remember, I, as an individual, I said truth is my guideline.
True.
So if I want to endorse my culture in a country like this, I still have to be real to know, so well, this country gives you the rule to say, well, you can be this way, you can be this way, and we don't really deal with God certain way, and this is because we deal with law.
Yeah.
So it's within my aspect of truth now, I know, say, well, alright then, me have my faith, me have my belief, but I know, say, this country doesn't really deal with it.
Yeah.
So it's about moderation now.
Yeah, they don't embrace it.
Well, you understand? So it's about I as an individual now, for know how am I balance judgment, the situation or the circumstances. But it's not for me to dictate how I'm say, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. No, I don't come to do that. First time within ignorance, we would have been a wall of one kind to say that, but in the sense that when you grasp knowledge, you realize what is dignity, what is integrity, and you learn to, devise the argument a certain way, or you measure it a certain way.
Yeah. So you wouldn't say that you should impose culture on these youngsters nowadays?
No, man. No, because they're coming from right now. The youth them to me say then they're on a Google culture.
True.
It's a Google. Anything you want to Google it. Because their culture is technology, material value, certain, which I can't deny them that.
Yeah.
But I would have said the real essence to life is knowledge.
Yeah.
So I would have looked on every youth now and said, go gain knowledge. I wouldn't deny him his Xbox and his PlayStation and his fast car. I wouldn't deny him none of that. Because all of that is for him to know and learn.
To gain, yeah.
And know the value of it.
True.
Understand?
True.
So it's like, culture is not the issue.
True.
It's the fundamental is the issue. What are you going to be? What are you going to do with your culture? Because that's what I'm saying. It's like, I and I as you to the grow boy. Yeah, you were rebellious. And it was a part of your culture to be, and so forth. But what was your plan?
That's right. That's right.
Now that you got all of this thing that you aspired to and say you wanted to be this and so forth, now that you got it, what are you going to do with it?
True. What's next?
Exactly. So now we're talking about rise up and power. But what is power?
That's what I was going to ask you. That's the next question we're going to lead to. Gappy, what is your interpretation of power right now?
I have to start with knowledge as a key word. Because if you're a mechanic, it's like you're a driver of a car. You can't fix your own car. You carry it to a mechanic. He have the power over you because he have the knowledge to fix that car.
True.
And just like most aspects of life, it's the knowledge that gives you the power, that gives you confidence, that gives you the request. They need to call you because you have the brains, or you know the knowledge to solve a specific situation or to come and help a situation. Either he's a doctor, nurse, pilot, anything.
Yeah, I get you.
It's the knowledge.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be a historian, go for the history, go for the knowledge of history. Or that's going to be very dimensional. That's why I was professor, I'm not a historian today, because history comes with facts and so forth. I'm not a great historian, I'm a realist. I live the life. So I can only give an account when I know, so well, I definitely see and know. I can't really go give an account where some guy down the road tell me and some guy run the road. Yeah, fair enough. I need to know for myself.
True. Alright, while we're talking about culture and all that right now, do you think that culture has a place in society in 2015? Because I just see that it's getting watered down. Like,
well. Again, you see, like, it's like, do we talk about geography or language? Because remember, we have verbal dialect on the street now that is unacceptable to the mainstream public, you know.
Yeah.
Because I can't see a guy around the corner there and go blasting my inner thoughts to this guy. Because I might be vulnerable to scrutiny because I'm not allowed to use certain language.
Yeah.
As I said to you, so even the language become a culture. Just like how, as we say, within Jamaican dialect and certain other ways, that even street culture in the modern day youth, they use certain verbal dialect that within modern day society is unacceptable. Although the hypocrisy is that everybody knows the word them, but again within the laws of our country they make certain things unacceptable. You understand? Just to kind of keep a kind of level so-called playing ground.
Balance,
You understand? So it's like how you play with the word culture now. But if it's a culture for say, alright, then the whole of you are go college, and the whole of you are going to do this, and the whole of you are going to do that. Yeah, because that is positive culture, because to me, the fundamental is knowledge. Because the youth them on the street, to be honest, you haven't got enough knowledge to really, you know, take this thing to the level. Because you had many greats before you that come and fall. And the only thing I can do right now with the youth them is only try to embrace them. For say, well, want to come, because we came with a wicked ideology for say, well, we have got Zion, repatriation, and beat Babylon. But when you read and understand what knowledge is, Babylon is manipulation of the brain.
True.
Babylon is not a little guy with some guy walking up and down with a little blue and white with a radio. Babylon is a whole system of subversiveness, education, knowledge, wealth and power. So when you say you beat Babylon, again, just your ideology thought, it don't go like that. So you have to recheck and realize even the words that we utter out of our mouth at daytime, then implement it.
So it's a beat the system type of thing. Babylon.
No, that was the ideology at the time, for beat the system. But, or if you beat the system, I kind of facilitate you. It's a hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Because if you drop down, you don't want ambulance come pick you up. If they broke your house and them stab your sister, you don't want police come and help.
True.
And then remember the hypocrisy that beat Babylon. No, you can't. You have. So it's how you take them culture as a liberty to embrace your whole life. Because when you have to do something, you have to separate yourself. You have to separate you as an individual. Away from your culture, you know. Because your culture might be say, alright then. I go down the road now. I go shoot the man across the sun. You as an individual, you might not want to do that.
True. Peer pressure, you're gone.
Yeah, you have to follow the man go do rubbish. You have to stand up and say, you know, so I'm not going, I'm not going now. You're open to scrutiny because, again, within the sense of the legislation and the constitution of the agreement that we're all friends and we do things together. But it don't go like that. So basically, it's about finding yourself as an individual. That is, because if you notice the reason I go down for several, it's all about you as an individual finding yourself. Whether you're bound by a culture, a language, or geographical aspects, you still have to find yourself as an individual.
True.
Because you want to be a painter, decorator, you want to be something in life.
True.
You must aspire to be something. You want to be a bad man, go on, but you know you can't choice have consequences. So it's still boiled down to the individual as a singular. The collective thing, I'm all for it. Right? Because, as I say, within unification, harmony, bondage, is a unified aspect. But you as an individual, you still have to find yourself. And your purpose. Because remember, you never asked to born, you know.
True.
So the way you're born now is like you're thrown in the deep end. So you're forced to swim before you even reading, you know what I mean?
Get a grasp of anything.
Yeah.
One thing I like what you said about the culture thing, because like we've been grown up, like you cook your Sunday dinner on Sunday, rice and peas and a chicken. Right? So Saturday, some people might cook a soup.
Tradition.
Monday, you might save the Sunday food and carry it on.
Definitely.
That's culture.
That's standard.
That's
Monday food are really up. Even now, I don't think most people cook on a Monday. Right?
Yeah.
But again, within the sense of the culture, it was Because within the culture is a tradition.
True.
So it's like you have to break up, because what I'm trying to identify is like every significant word has an integrity to it.
Yeah.
So you have your culture. What is the culture the tradition, or the tradition the culture? You understand? So the culture is, this is where, and we have a tradition for us, so we go to church Sunday.
True.
Rice and peas, soup Saturday, Monday afters.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. But like what you said, I like that point, and I think that should definitely be implemented in us as a people, to say that, you know, that's one thing. The food and all them things, and church and all them things, that's one thing. But like you said, what should be a culture is you're going university or you're going college, because that's what I see when I look at a lot of the Indian race, a lot of the Orientals.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. Yeah, that's your culture in one side, but this is the new culture. Yeah. You're going to be a doctor. Yeah. You're going to be a lawyer. You're going to be a judge. So that's how you free yourself. Yeah,
but at the same time, no, this is where, as I said, as an individual, now you need to take responsibility, because we, as a sense of my generation, we grew up in a culture for say manners start at home.
Definitely.
So, me as an individual, when I come out of my front door, it's like I'm representing my household, because, let me tell you something I know.
I respect that.
In my days, you know, no policeman can't come knock your mother door for say, your son is being misbehaving, you know. For one, remember the woman just come here and clean people's toilet, you know.
True.
Right? So, remember, alright, take it one step back. You was a slave, then you come to England again, and then you come to do more work again.
Yeah.
And then you forgot live with the humiliation for say your son is misbehaving in public. Unheard of. Alright. So manners start at home.
Yeah.
The fact that we get the order from my mother, so when you go out there, you behave yourself and you do what you're told.
Yes.
That's embedded. Hold on. So the fact that manners start at home, we carry that on. Even now.
Yeah.
I try to tell my youth them the right thing or the truthful thing to do. Yeah. I'm not waiting on a school teacher to teach my kids nothing.
True.
I'm not waiting on a probation officer or a social worker to come teach my kids nothing.
Yeah.
That is my responsibility as an individual, as a man who knows the black man plight, the Englishman plight, the traditional plight, the Jamaican Caribbean plight in this part of the earth. That is my responsibility.
Yeah.
Nobody else, not no politician, not mine. So, if every individual take on that responsibility, you might say, well,
they'll change.
Well, but I'm just saying about the inevitable factor, because the policy is broken down. Manners don't start at home again.
No. Manners don't exist.
There's not even no home.
Manners exist. Yeah.
You understand? So therefore now, as I say, within the culture of how it goes nowadays, it's like a breakdown from a generation before, because from what I gather, you're not supposed to lay your hand on your own child. Within our culture, according to the next part of the earth, you beat it. Again, philosophically, they say don't spare the rod and don't spare the rod. Don't spare the rod and spoil the child. So we know, say, we are used to getting beaten within a Caribbean heritage. We know, say, well, if you don't behave, you get beaten. It's a standard. There's no if, nor but. Then now we have no prime minister to come beat them child. You're mad?
True. And let me just interject on that real quick. The system tells you that you can't beat your child, Okay, so you don't beat your child now. If you beat your child, the child call helpline and get you arrested and get you locked up, So when your child is misbehaving and you can't discipline your child now, your child is out of control. Who controls them after that?
Stick up in. Make I tell you to stick up in, that's all.
Yeah.
You see the fact that it's going to reach a point to say, well, I can't discipline my child. Them have another saying, say, over my dead body.
True.
It is my responsibility, my obligation to discipline my child.
Yeah.
There's no two-way to it. I'm not settling for I can't discipline my child. So in sense of term, I don't settle for I can't discipline my child. So in my own rule book, I can't give an account for the next man rule book, but if I know what is good for I and my children, the fact that me care, because I'm going to find the method by sitting there now. It's not ignorance all the time is gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it would be knowledge, articulation, and showing how it really go.
Yeah.
For them to open up them sense of subconsciousness,
yeah.
And realize that it's truth. Because remember, truth is your guideline.
Definitely.
You understand? It's truth is your guideline to the Prime Minister, to the warlord, to the bad man. Truth is your guideline.
True.
Because as an individual, no matter which part you come from on the earth, you're bound by the one common denominator of the 4 elements of life.
Yeah.
You must want to go toilet, you must want to sleep, you must hungry, you must want water for drink.
Yeah.
The next question I'm going to ask you. The youth them nowadays, going around with their road code and area code, killing and robbing and be a stupidness. What kind of advice can you give to them? Because obviously a lot of them are lost. When you ask them about their heroes, is Pierre, Jay-Z, Rick Ross, this one, that one. Instead of them talking about their mum, their dad is their hero, they're looking overseas and this guy don't know them. So what kind of advice can you give these people, these young youths, to kind of wake up and grasp life for what it really is?
Yeah, I'm going to think before I answer that one then. Within the integrity of words. So you have to start with knowledge.
Yeah.
So when you go search knowledge, you will understand the beauty of life.
Yeah.
Right? So within the beauty of life is valuation. How do you see yourself so valuable to life? When you start asking himself that question now, he might start to search himself and realize, hold on, how the thing I go. Because if the youth is sensible, you know, because you see the negative thing about the street is, you see the old man, him done right have the youth already, you know.
Yeah.
Alright?
Yeah.
And I can see why, but I don't agree with him. Because you see the youth, that youth is my youth.
Yeah.
So I have a different big man mentality around it. But I can see why the big man them see, because they've had enough. They've been through so much. As far as I see, it's a joke. Alright, forget that then. But if he value himself, he must start to search. And the more he search and realize he must somebody, he must say, well, a rubbish. It points out kill a man. And then again, it's in black and white. If you kill a man, you're going to jail for 30 years. Right? It's in black and white. So if you, within yourself now, feel that it's worth 30 years of your life, seeing a man see when you go to toilet, you don't have no dignity, you don't have no freedom, you're only a number.
True.
Right? You're only a bad man to the little man them on your wing.
True.
Because that's how it goes in there. Right? The life that you bring out here, either your child, your mother, your sister, your woman, if you value that less than going to jail, go ahead.
Yeah.
So it's about seeking knowledge and the integrity of words. What is love? What is hate? What is fam? What is skeng? Fair enough, but what is truth?
Real talk.
So when you find the truth within yourself, now you know, say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm not telling you now as youth and youth, right? When I will get tired, right? Either going to get tired doing the swap out, tired going to the judge, or just tired running from gunshot, right? Truth. If you want to be a gangster, I can't fight that, but the truth is, there's consequences. Because every choice has a consequence.
True.
So it's about valuation and knowledge. Direction, individual concept. As an individual. And that's without race, color, creed, religion, geography. You understand? You as an individual youth, whether you be Chinese, Japanese, Indian, African, European, Jamaican, English. As an individual, the beauty of life is to find yourself as an individual.
True talk. Alright, Gap. And for the young girls out there, the young women out there, yeah, that are growing up too fast. You know, I see now that it's like it's
a consequence still, you know.
Yeah.
It's like an inevitable consequence, because again within our teaching is like, as we said, the people have said they've never been hungry. It's another traditional saying. This generation of children has never been hungry to know say you're going to bed tonight and you're hungry. No, you just consider even when you're there in jail you can't hungry, because the way you have a piece of bread slide out in the you understand? Right? You understand? But just imagine you go in bed night and you're hungry, you have to wait till next morning breakfast. Right?
Yeah.
You can't go to no club at night time because the man lock them door from 9:30 and you're not coming out until 7 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah.
Right? And if you want to use the toilet, they better put down one bag and fling it through the cell window. Right? And your friend come pick up that tomorrow morning because he's cleaning the yard anyway. All of them degrading thing there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So as I say, is, you know, valuation and knowledge and truth.
Yeah. You see, but what I want to say here, yeah, you see the young girls them now, yeah?
Yeah.
That feel like they need to
be out there.
Over exalt
but man, I start at home, you know.
Yeah.
So the mother again, you know. The mother have a child, have a responsibility for their child, you know.
Yeah.
My mother's 91 and she still talk to me as a child.
True.
I'm 53. I still have to talk to my big boy because he's a child. Not because he's big in age and of point. He's my child. My response to him is mine. That's mine. Not because he's 35 and let him go and gone out in the world. No, him still need knowledge. The whole of us need it. Because remember, it's like, as I said, our people have come here clean the people them toilet. Right? So as far as they're concerned, as long as they can clean the toilet and they're good to go, they couldn't give an account 50 years later down the road.
Yeah.
That's our job.
Yeah, true.
You understand? What we are going to put that on them for? That come like the slavery argument. I ain't got no time to argue about slavery. I'm talking about today.
That's right.
I know where it come from. That's why I can fight it.
That's right.
You understand? But it's true, me go search. We didn't search in the whole thing for no say we're old and culture's falling short here. Culture falls short. It's not the ultimate. That's the next part of the argument we need to get across. The culture is not the ultimate. The truth is the ultimate.
Yeah.
Like you might have the big job, yeah, but what happened to your grace and your dignity?
True.
So it's not the big job is not the ultimate neither. You might be praising the Almighty and say you're more righteous than the next man. But where's the truth? Because you're righteous, you still have to deal with truth.
True, very true.
You still have to deal with hypocrisy.
Very true.
Because again, England is a place where we say we don't really put God first. They put law first.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we're not business we want to worship. This is the law.
And you have to abide by that.
That's your guideline.
Yeah.
So you as an individual, so the country as a guideline, them have their law. Because everything every law where them have is in a piece of paper, see that? Write it, it's written. Legislation section, this paragraph, blah blah, it's there.
True.
So you as an individual, you have to take on that, you have to embrace that same formal technicality for now. So you need your guideline with your principles, your legislation, this and that, your health and safety, your regulation. But who's regulating you? You have to do it yourself. You don't want nobody come regulate you. But you have a morale, so you know you're doing good from when you're doing bad. You have a subconscious, you have a heart. Use it.
Definitely.
But then again, if you're void of it or oblivious to it, that's where you're gonna fall into the wilderness, because now you're not in control. You're with the man in the corner, you're with the girl around there, so are you in the pub, are you in the book, are you gonna fire some shop tonight, are you gonna sell some drug, you understand? Because you haven't found yourself as the individual.
Definitely.
It's when you find yourself as the individual, you can say, you know what, I'm going to college, I'm done, you know. I'm done. I'm going to go to university, I'm going to study. I might not get the job, but at least I got the knowledge. So if it means I need to go and fly and go and get in another country, I'm gone.
Truly. Alright, Gappy.
Yeah.
We're gonna I respect the teaching. I respect the teaching today. We're gonna close it up now, but before we close it up, I just want you to pass on a message to the whole of humanity. Yeah. Your great grace them with your words of wisdom. You know, so when a man see this, a man knows that right now I can show this to my kid, I can show this to my mother, I can show this to my auntie, I can show this to everybody.
Yeah. I think to be honest, I would say everything's in the word. Right? So it's about knowing the word. And then as the word said, I am that I am. So I leave it right there. I am that I am. You find the I am, and when you understand the I am, the positiveness of the I am, then you're good to go. So that is the message. Live good, be honest, true to your guideline, and the I am is the I am.
Just. So look, Gappy, I just want to say respect and honor for coming in here today, my brother.
Yeah, man.
My uncle, my father, everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah? Respect. I love the knowledge.
I'm a brother.
Yeah.
Because it's a balance, you know. Because sometimes we get misconcept with sense of title factor.
Yeah.
True, I'm a father, I have to respect him. Sometimes your father do rubbish.
True.
You understand? Because the man's in the pub all day long and now come home. You understand? Woman need help in the kitchen and in there down at the pub. You know what I mean? At the bookie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So true to the guideline. I am that I am, and it's a great to know so well. Uncle Drummer, I do a good work. Because again, it's about putting out the word in a positive mode and finding the truth or endorsing the truth. Because we don't really come for send no negativity. Because I'm saying all of us are in the same ball. Yeah?
Yeah. So I want to say respect and honor. Respect and honor.
Bless.
Yeah? I'm blessed for today and guidance, yeah?
No problem.
I'm blessed. Knowledge is power, people. Gappy, crucial, yeah?
Bless.
Elder, yeah? Uncle Drummer, we're out.
So, bro, oh, yeah.